Hey YouTube and Twitch, and welcome to a game that hasn't been on this channel for a very long time. It's Unicycle Pizza Time. And this looks very rough right now. We're gonna be making a new level. This is gonna be the first stream basically. We actually have a bunch of them planned. Mainly if you see here, so now we're the 28th. Then we have the 11th and then the 25th. So we have 3 more streams, or at least 2 more streams planned. By the way, hi Giggles. Why are you awake again? Chi Lemonade, Timetius, and Mahardika. How's it going? Because I mentioned it yesterday already in the live stream, but I wanna if you're watching this or whatever. Hey Peter, it's been a while. Unicycle Pizza Time, we want to give a little bit more life to, maybe. Does that make sense? We applied for Bit Summit with Unicycle Pizza Time, and I'm not sure. Bit Summit is, when does it say it here? The May 22nd to 24th. I don't know if we're gonna get selected. We only know this at the end of March, which is still a long time from now. But I am assuming, manifesting positive vibes that we will be selected. And if we get selected, I told myself, okay, look, I wanna be at Bit Summit with an actual new map. So the plan is for this to be a free update, not paid DLC, none of those things, because I think for a paid update, a paid DLC, the game's not big enough yet. We're sitting at 141 reviews right now. I think having a second map, have it for free, and then do a big content creator push around that, plus being at what's it called, Bit Summit, is I think going to be enough to make this worth it to do. Because at the end of the day, it's okay, we're gonna need to have spent some time on working on this level. But on the other hand, I think if I were to quantify how many hours I think is going to cost us to make this new level, maybe it's optimistic, but I would say 50 or something. And I think I'm very confident, honestly, that having a push to release a new update, it's gonna make us over $1,000, which would make this worth it, basically. So yeah. Damn, these are some crazy timings at US Bros in chat. Yep, you're not alone, Gulmohar Bloom. So yeah. So that's kind of the plan. And the question then, of course, is, okay, what are we gonna make? And you can probably already see it. The plan has always been there of what the sequel, or the bonus map for Unicycle Pizza Time would be. And it is a construction map. That's kind of the... What do I call it? I think it was just a logical next step. In terms of it's kind of grounded, and it still also has enough of an actual challenge. I think, what's it called? Only Way is Down. This is another rage game. Oh, I shouldn't have changed. That is also a construction environment. I don't know how much of it you can actually see. I think generally it will work pretty okay. Because one thing that we can do with the construction, and you can maybe even see it here, that we cannot do with the main city level, and it's something that kind of is a downside, is that the city level doesn't really have much verticality in it. Let me pull up Unity at the other level. I don't know if it's just this project or just this older version of Unity, because this is in Unity 2022. The city level has almost no verticality. So here, this is just flat and it's a dead zone. And that means oh, if I fall off here, there's not a big reset, basically. The only actual verticality part is this section. Where, yeah, we do have some verticality and it's kind of miserable. But that's it. I think there is more we can do in terms of level design, at least. So that's kind of the idea. And I started working on this 14 months ago, and I haven't touched it for the last 13 months. So I kind of just want to give you a showcase of what the state is that we have currently, and then where we're gonna go from here. And of course I'm gonna mute the Skyrim music because we need to play this with the actual music. So, one thing I did yesterday that maybe I want to fix as well is I played around with the global volume is now using ACES. It was still using the default tone mapper, which makes the game look very different. I'm actually not sure if I like it. Maybe I need to do something. Like the default, nah. I look at this game again with like the eyes of I haven't touched this for years. Well, more than a year basically. And I do wonder of like, okay, there are some other things that I want to do throughout development of this. So probably we'll do some lighting and coloring and things like that. Because like I think this light is not like, it's like too warm and then maybe like too weak. And then we have a secondary light that maybe we want to make a little bit stronger and I think colder. To kind of counteract the natural like more darkness as well. Hey Ceres, how's it going? And Faruk chat. So what we can do, hey, we already have this. Is we have the city level selector. This was developed like 2 years ago. And then we have construction, and you can see you get like a little hat because it means we're now in the construction level. Hats is like an actual thing that we never ended up doing like deeper in the game, but there's like full hat support. And then we can just play the game. It's very basic right now, but this was what I ended up making a few years ago. Yeah, I can literally say a few years ago. The idea is that I would treat this not as a like second level, as in like it's the progression of you can only play this after you've kind of beaten the main level, but I want them to be able to be used in tandem and maybe address some of the level design issues of the first one, where the ramping up of like difficulty in the city level is kind of a little bit crazy. So that's why there's like this little section before you get into like the main construction site that kind of teaches you the basics of like parkouring. Maybe this is too hard. I'm honestly not sure. I think this should be doable, right? And then like here it's like very low stakes. And then once we cross here, this is where like the actual game starts. And I think the goal would be to get the player up to like here. Like this platform is going to be the finish, basically. Like there's just like some construction worker sitting here who actually wants to get his food delivered. I think that's maybe something else, change-wise, that I want to do. Right now we have like just a finish concept, basically, of like there's just a shader and you go in it and you win. Maybe now I want to have it like be a guy who is like actually standing there and is just like waiting for his pizza. Let's lower the volume a lot. But yeah, so we have that first little intro section, but we have everything else of the level that needs to be done. There's going to be a bunch of boring stuff, most likely. Of like simply like creating walls and like putting down buildings and things like that. Oh yeah, you can also see something we tried out earlier, or like 1.5 years ago, of like, I want to do something where like the crane has a moving platform. I don't know how our physics and all of that is going to handle with it, but I think once again, I think those are like some things that the construction element really does help with, basically. But there's like probably some other like environmental stuff. Like, of course, we have the beds to bounce. I don't think actually we have any in-game now, but we can do that as well. So I think there's a few things we need to do here when we approach this in terms of like, oh.
New 10 donation from Gulmoha. I enjoyed the latest Patreon video about XR. Why do you think Valve is still coming out with new hardware for such a small market?
Why do we think Valve is coming? Yeah, so for reference, I made a Patreon video that's It's a scrapped video. So it was a video that was supposed to be a main channel video, talking about like why I don't like VR game dev. This was a video I had originally planned to record at the Unity's U Day, but then like together with like someone from Unity's XR department, but then they told us like, yeah, no, we can't do this. Very last minute. And then I still had my script. I still recorded. And then midway I realized, oh, this is a bad video for like the main channel. And I kind of just like went off from there. Why do I think Valve is still coming out with like the frame? I guess it's the Valve frame. Steam frame. Okay. So this thing, why do they develop this? I think part of it, like having spoken to some of the Valve team, is simply just the fact that like their goal is to do cool shit and like push gaming forward in general. And I think in terms of like cool shit, VR definitely and XR is cool. I think they just want to make it. I don't think they go into this with like a business case. Like, of course, there's gonna be some business sense of like, hey, we're probably gonna get our R&D costs and things like that back. But I don't think they go in with this idea of like, oh, this is going to be mainstream. Maybe Gabe just likes VR. He's a 5%. It's not even 5%. Steam hardware survey. I think it's like 2.5% or something, where a lot of developers I know 1.64%. A lot of developers I know who used to do VR also are like very much like, yeah, we're not really. It's kind of a dead thing, but seems to be still doing okay. And I think where in here? Okay, Valve index is still relatively high. And then like HTC Vive as well. But yeah, I think it's kind of like the same thing as like the Steam Deck and the also like the what's it called? Steam Machine and Steam Controller, maybe less. But like it's to make it make sense. Also, thank you very much, Alexandro, for the 5 gifted subs over on Twitch. Nice to see you back as well. They just do stuff because they can do stuff. It's like I think it's, let's go to YouTube. We're getting sidetracked already. The Valve promotion, no, seasonal fests. I think Steam, not Valve. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. Here, this one. This is like such a Steam video.
Here on Steam, we started looking ahead through the year and realized just
This is a multi-billion-dollar company, and then they made this video. All of the Team Fests coming to Steam in 2026. It has horrible audio,
many awesome
horrible framing.
P-Fest, Horse Fest, Tower Defense Fest.
This is how they announce like events that will make them millions of dollars in bonus sales, basically. So this is what I mean with Valve just does whatever the fuck they want.
Fest. Cozy. Hidden Object Fest.
So yeah, they do what they want to do. That's what it comes down to. So maybe, yeah. Thank you very much once again, Gulmahar. I think that's what it comes down to. I'm trying to think back on my original design video. Is it an actor? No, that's an actual Valve employee who was just like, I'm gonna do that, and that's it. Okay, so what I wanted to say, I was thinking, like, back to what I was thinking 3 months ago. No, 13 months ago. So I have, like, some general, like, construction site asset packs that I've just thrown in here, basically. And then also one here. So we can throw in, like, a bunch of construction things. And then we have just a general city asset pack that we use in the other one. And then I think how I want to do... How am I gonna do this? I want to take like a high quality screenshot of like the map view basically, so we can work based off that. I'll put this on a second screen. I don't know if we can make this work. we're gonna make this work. So 1 second. I'm just threw in like a whiteboard. Okay, so here we are. What's the flow that I kind of want to go for? Maybe is an interesting question. So this is the start. Right here, start. And then we have our little intro section here. Like this. And I think the end is going to be here. And we need to have a point in between. Like, I want to have enough content to have it make sense. And I think something that we want to do definitely is having like a bridge, something like this here, as like an intermediary point. Could the digger lift the player up to get into the crane? Yeah, so that's the question. Or do we go like onto the crane and then crane swings and then up like this? Then we'll put a question mark at that. I think regardless, we want to work with verticality here. And then probably just this, we're gonna want to like make it like a little bit windy or something. So keep this area flat. But I think you still some ideas from Counter-Strike. Yeah, I think Nuke could definitely work. Thanks for the follow, Algorum as well. Where like, this would be like the first half. And this would be the second half. Is this going to be enough? How do we make this enough? What if we... this is green, right? Yeah. What if we make like a toxic pool? This. That we need to cross. Is this going to be paid DLC? No. I'm going to make this a free update and we're going to spend money on advertising this and getting like streamers to cover this all at the same time. I think it doesn't make sense to do paid DLC because we don't have enough like following, I would say, is what it comes down to. Also, let me start the music back up again. Okay, so we have a toxic pit. Let's just go and take a look again at like the level. So this section... but is it too early to put the toxic pit here? How do we go through this? Is there a smaller crane? Like a truck-based one that can lift from second to third level? I think you have like these platforms. Like you have these construction elevators that I was inspired by. Construction elevator. I don't know if you've seen these before. Maybe they don't have skyscrapers in New Zealand. Of like these boxes that hang next to the side of skyscrapers. And basically you go into those. And I want to use these as like some sort of platforms as well. That's what this is supposed to entail basically. It's just called Cube. No, this is not called Cube. This is just called... This is also just called Cube. I think rubbish chutes don't make as much sense. One thing I'm also considering for this is if I want to add falling damage or like maybe like a kill zone. If you fall out of this section, you just die on like impact. That's what we did in the previous part. I think having a like waste zone with like green water could be a good section, the toxic pit. But this corner would be too early for that. So maybe we're gonna have to shift some things around. What if we take this and we move this one to the side? I think definitely the flow of having this like whole... Is this everything? Like, let's maybe move this one a little bit back. And then, if I were to like... We're using like a lot of like, honestly, bad meshes as well in this game. If we make this the toxic pool. Any idea on how long this level is gonna be? I don't know, honestly. I would say, in terms of like raw distance, shorter, but in terms of difficulty, maybe a little bit more. I'm not certain. I don't really have a goal for that. I think I've just blocked out some space that we can like fill up and go from there. Yeah, so let's take another like top-down screenshot and give this one another go in terms of like potential level layout, because we had some issues with the previous one. Okay, so this is the layout. So once again, this is the start. We go this way, and then I want to do the end like here, and then maybe this one, this section, we do toxic. So you get to the toxic pool and you cross it like this. Then we go up here. And then we cross here somehow, or through the crane. One of the two. Then we have like a section inside of here. One thing I'm planning on having is, for example, also like blower fans. They like push you. How do you put the direction of levels? People on YouTube say there should be intention in every scene displayed. We only have one scene. I don't really know what you're going for. Like what the question is exactly. Like, this is maybe different than like a story-based game, where this is just like challenge. What do we have otherwise? Like, like there's other stuff you can do, like for example, like wrecking balls. You know, like, this is a horrible drawing, probably. Also, this is a horrible drawing angle. I'm gonna change my... That one's okay. Cannot understand raid games. I'm surprised it's a popular genre. It's also because this is a speedrunning game. A lot of people play these games for speedruns. And we have like speedrunning support for that as well. Like... you know, like these. How they exactly look? They usually are like something like this. They have like the wrecking ball. I don't know if we want to have this like here somewhere. Probably not. I'm no expert. Is common in this genre. Layer dead items, yes or no? Doesn't matter, but it may add a little spice. We have ragdolls. Don't you guys know that? We have ragdolls for this game. If you like hit stuff, like for example the toxic pit, which is just retextured water with like some like nuclear crates or something, that should be fine. Maybe we can add like some sand hills or something that we have to cross as well. So then the flow would be from here. Do we do like this? Maybe we go from here to interior, go through here, go back here, go over the sand, and then go like this. So then we would block this off, that you can't go through here. And we would block this off as well. This as well. This would be blocked off. This would be blocked off. This would be blocked off. And then like this and this. Will there be any anime girls? There will not be, Seamus. I'm very sorry for that. That's for the next game. Are you trying to stick to an environmental theme? Lots of race games with random obstacles and floating stuff. I want to stick to an environment. I personally have like a very big ick for like the games that are just like random stuff floating in the sky. That's kind of the thing here as well. Like, it would be easier to make a level that is just random stuff floating in the sky. But that's not what I want to do. I don't think that is good game design, good level design, in my opinion. I don't know if that's truly the case. Maybe people like it. I think it's lazy. And I think you can do more by... Like, it's not that hard to make a themed level, I would say. Especially for, like, rage games like this. Because I know what you mean. You have, like, these... Like, I think Chained Together, for example, is a great example. This one. Like, it still has, like, some theming. But yeah, it's just, like, random floating stuff. I don't like this. And that's 100% the reason why I do the development like this. With, like, more level design. It's just because I don't like the environmental design of a game like Chained Together. Okay. So let's try to put this into sections. Where am I going to put checkpoints? What's going to be our checkpoint color? Let's do dark blue. This is a checkpoint. Because this is something also, once again, we want to think about. Probably here doesn't make sense yet. Hey Furkismo. Or Furkan. How's it going with the development? Probably we're gonna wanna... The checkpoints make sense from when they're... No, they don't make sense just from when there is a setback. Because you can always fall. So we're gonna put a checkpoint here. Now this is kind of a bad color actually. Let's get something more bright. We're gonna get there. Don't worry. How do we make this brighter? Well, let's just do this one, I guess. So we have the circle with a C. That'll be the checkpoint. So when do you need the checkpoint? It's when you don't move long enough, you fall over. And we don't want you to like just fall over like here and be sent all the way back. Like optionally you can, but I think players don't appreciate it, is what we've learned as well. So I think most likely it makes sense to do at like the start of major sections. I don't think sand is gonna be that big of a section. Put one here, put one here, and then put one here. So what would the sections be? I want to draw this out. Yeah, checkpoints just after hard bit. So that's kind of what we did with... let me pull up Unicycle Pizza Time again. Actually, I think I have the source file. There's a benefit of just having made the game. Just need to think about it sometimes. 2D map, yes. So I had this like giant map made. This is like a super high res map of the full Unicycle Pizza Time world. So here once again, hey Sinistan, how's it going? This is like intro section. This top like C. Then we have to the lake section. First lake, marketplace, high rise, lake 2, and then this is like a final ending stretch. So I guess there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main sections. I think if we can go for something similar here, I think that makes sense. So how are we going to indicate the different sections? Let's do purple. Not a great color. I want more bright colors. Do we have them? Sure, this kind of green. And I kind of just want to list down the exact sections we're going to have. So section 1 is going to be the intro. What's this part? Oh.
New 10 donation from Gulmoha. I've really got to get to bed before my sleep schedule is destroyed. I'll definitely watch the VOD and hopefully I'll have something ready for the viewer call INS next month.
Thank you
Keep
very
up
much.
the great work. It's what's inspired me to start learning game dev.
Thank you very much, Gilmahar, again for the 10 euro donation. Enjoy going to bed. The vault will be there tomorrow. But yeah, the viewer call-ins are in like 2.5 weeks or something. So I think you can do it. This is 3. What are we gonna do here? 5 is easy. 6. 7. So 7 segments here. And I think this map is gonna be like a little bit longer then. Okay, so 1 is intro. 3 is going to be like interior intro. So this is like learning. Probably we want to have some stuff like fans that we use here for the first time that like push you out of the level. 5 is going to be the toxic pit, which is just an easy W, which is dead on touch. 6 is going to be like the high-rise climb. I don't know how readable my handwriting is. I'm sorry for those who want to read this. So I'm trying to think about like other point. Oh, my map, my counting is wrong. Whoopsie. The numbers are off. There's 8. So the sand pit is number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sand dunes. This is mainly just going to be like weird shapes. So 5 is not the toxic pit. 6 is a toxic pit. It's yes. Oh, 8. What can we do? What do we have assets for? What to have the work sport loot? Don't fall in it. Tip over tables. Lots. Like, what do we have that perhaps we can do something interesting with? Oh, I like the scissor lift. The sand surfaces of specific nature, like friction. I think that should be pretty easy to do with a physics material if you wanted to. That's actually a good idea. I think it's also like going to be the shape and navigating that. I'm not really sure actually how it's going to be because it's going to be like a mesh collider. What do we have here? We have like some containers, some pipes. Maybe just some pipe parkour? Where we have like some platforms. I don't know if it's good though. We have this construction ramp. Buckets don't really make sense. Forklift? I don't know if we can make that one operational. Maybe we want to do something with pipes in that segment. Hey, Ginger Def. Work on it rather. Thank you, Def. Very physics driven, isn't it? It's not really that. It's all faked physics, I think. But I think having like a seesaw... but how would that influence multiplayer? That's like one thing as well. Like it would have to be like faked. Because we need to be able to play the game mode multiplayer and single player. If you have like a seesaw that like flips and doesn't reset, then other people may be stuck. But I think maybe I want to do something with just pipes. I think that seems like an obvious next step. Have a good stream. We'll make sure when your next session of playing developer games, I'll get you to try out the current version of my game. Yeah, sure thing. 1 second. You know, it's fine. Let's just go for... Make other stacks could be fun too. Nah, maybe. So like 5? Let's make 5 the pipes section. I think I can just write pipes. That should be fine. And then 2 is just going to be like general construction. Let's say. So we have 8 main sections. It's just gonna be crane. And that's it. The crane is the final part. It shouldn't be like too hard maybe. Does the lift come with animations? Actually not sure. That may be a good one. I feel like it won't. Because I think that's a miserable thing to animate. Scissor lift. Renderer. No, but can I... Oh, you don't need animations for this thing, basically. We can just play with the scale. No, because the bottom part, it's all one big mesh. But I think what I can do is I can go into Blender and I can take this bottom part and split it up from the top part. And then basically you won't really notice that it's wonky, even though we like squish it down. I feel like that's an easy W that the developer of this asset could have done, to just have these two things already like split apart. Oh well. So you can see from like this naming, the assets are not named perfectly. Give me 1 second. Yeah. A player at the bottom right might notice a little time, but it's not a big deal. What do you mean at the bottom right, like of this map? Or like, oh, at the bottom might. Oh, never mind. I misread it. Yeah. Okay, so we have our plan of what we want to do. I think the next goal is going to be to just block this out and probably no. Like we just take this and we're gonna draw out the main movement lines. I probably want to add like the toxic pool pretty soon. I think I can just throw like a water shader in it and then give it like some color. You could go in easy W with the crane, have it carrying some cargo, step onto the cargo, it swings around, step off, it swings back. Yeah, that's indeed the... I think I already... Oh, yeah, like I... Oh, fuck. I need to play with the... Oh, right, I'm not sharing this. I need to play with the pivot point, it seems, because I already like worked on like splitting it. Oh no, I think it's my fault. I'm using global, not local. Yeah. Like we can already change the crane's rotation. I prepared this as well. There's still some playing around that we need to do, but yeah. Can I use Blockbench for my game instead of Blender for 3D models? Yeah, but you're gonna be stuck with a Blockbench art style then. If that's fine for you, then there's no problem. I think one thing also that like... Once again, Unicycle Pizza Time. Legacy game when we honestly did not know what's like. We have just like this thing called important, and it has like UI, camera, unicycles, things like that in it. The these lights are like real-time soft shadow lights. And it's like, once again, maybe we want to bake lights for this game. Because I think right now performance is going to be miserable. Not sure. But I have this feeling. Also, let me put this drawing tablet back. Yeah, I need to play with the main menu lights as well. I just want to get that one resolved as soon. Okay, so because this is very dark. Play, host, construction, start. So right now, actually no, it's pretty okay. Probably because everything is static. We have like only 1,300 patches. I expected it to be worse. And then a few hundred shadow casters. Maybe I wanna do. I'm gonna do the block out first, and then maybe I'm gonna just put up the walls for like this section so that the start already has like a nice corner of the construction update, basically. Because now, you know, we have just like random flat stuff in the distance as well. I think I can show you also, like, you have ragdolls, for those who did not know that.
Another pizza.
And Atlas's smooth voice. Yeah. Okay. So let's put down some walls and get started working on our sections. Not like walls. Let's reset these as well. Set height. Just the same again. Just so it's nice and smooth. Perfect. Then water tower. Is this water tower? Why is the... Oh well. I think we can work with it. I think one other thing that I realized earlier we can do. Primary light, just turn this bias down so shadows aren't as strong. I have returned. Work cancelled because of winter storms. How's the level design going? I feel like you've been gone for like 10 minutes, Kumar. But it's good. We've got the plan. This is the plan. We're now going to implement it. Of like the main section. So we're going to start blocking those out. And go from there. Let's go and... What do I have for water shader here? Do we have a good water shader actually? Water shader is a material. And I can give it color. Perfect. So let's start working on this. I'm so sick of how this looks as well. Environment. Then I'm going to create a new empty called old objects. And I'm just going to throw everything in that one. Just so I can... Because it's... What's the shortcut to close everything? Do you have a cube that has inverted faces you can use? I use them to map out zones for a reference guide. I don't think I have that. But I think it should be fine. Unity, hierarchy, collapse all. How do I do this? Alt left mouse button. No. Click the fold out. I want everything. In the... What does this mean? Alt right mouse button. That's... What are we doing here? Oh, the parent. Ah, but there is no parent. Did I just open everything again? Doing something wrong. Right arrow and left arrow. Okay. So can I just do like all? And then arrow? Yes. Okay, beautiful. So we take all of these and we throw them into old objects. I'm not gonna call this shit important anymore. I'm gonna take them out. We're gonna do it from here. Create empty lighting, which contains global volume. Primary light, secondary light. Okay, like this. I feel like global volume also should not be a prefab at this point. I don't know why we prefab this. Oh well. Managers and event system always go at the bottom. UI can stay here. Main camera can stay here. And then unicycles I'm gonna put underneath environment. Create empty. How do you organize your files? This is not a great example. Actually, I went through it yesterday. Surroundings. So how we organize our files is this is like our structure. 2D, 3D, third party, audio. This one honestly doesn't belong here. And then like prefabs, scenes, script settings. UI prefabs kind of belongs inside of prefabs. Create folder UI. I do have something called annoying trigger. Oh well. So then we take all of these and we move them here. It took like time of like working together to kind of decide on the structure. But basically all of the like third-party assets we pull, we throw into the third-party thing, which at some point gets a little bit like more unorganized. But the main goal is to keep this front page, like the first like root asset folder, relatively clean. To have. And then we split it up from there, basically. Hey Kalitzis, how's it going? Okay, so then we create some more empties. So this is going to be intro. I'm gonna call this phase 2 for now, because I don't know yet. 3 is like small building. 4 is going to be the dunes. 5 is called, what's 5? Pipes. 6 is the toxic pit. 7 is high rise. And then 8 is crane ending. I'm gonna call 2 work sites. Something simple. And then I'm gonna make underneath toxic pit. Do we split this up more? Or are we gonna do like buildings, props? Hi Denise, how's it going? Let's wait with that for now, but we'll get there. Let's make it 3D objects and let's make it a step plane. Let's get our water shader. Okay, so this is here. Then this is shared. Okay, so we're going to duplicate this. Rename this toxic water. Hey, Israel super cool. Thanks for the Prime sub as well. Throw this on here. And we just make this like darkish green. Is another like darker green. I don't know if this actually does anything. This static. I think I have a better water shader actually now in my Unity assets. Let me take a look. To sign in. 1 second. Sign in. I think so far we already have a plan, which I think is good. Once we have the plan, it's gonna be good. And I think the goal is to only develop whilst we're streaming. And I think that also might give a good idea of like how long does it take, and you kind of like see everything. Okay, so search for my assets. What do I have that's water? It's a lot of particles. River auto doesn't really make sense. Do I not have a better... This is the one we're currently using. Poseidon is low poly. Do I not have like KWS? No? Did I dream it? Does William have it? Did we like just not assign? I swear we had better water. Hey John Riley. No, I'm not sharing my screen. Now we just go and look through all of the assets we own. Which unfortunately is a lot. Maybe I can look up like VFX. Is it shaders? It's gonna go 3D materials, no? That's not a thing. Clouds, fog, stylized water. I swear, I thought I had a better water shader. I guess not. I don't have the KWS. Did I dream it? I mean, this is kind of overkill, and like Crest as well. Doesn't matter. We'll make it work. Thanks as well, Gaggy Soft, for the Prime sub. This is good enough for now, because at the end of the day, it's just a plane. We can always reshape this. Go to R. Set height. Raise or lower terrain. So we can just do this. Wow, it's very rough. Put the opacity down a lot. All you want is to be pretty big. So that you have enough to do. Something like this, maybe. Easier to search for assets. Yeah, but I wanted to know. Oh yeah, I can just do this. My assets. This stupid. Water. Yeah, simple water shader is the one we already have. Just water proto series. Asset store. I don't know if I want to do stylized, but I mean, it's easy. I want something moving because this does look kind of bad. Take a look. You mentioned on the Patreon shifting trailers and game updates with second channel. How's it been going? I think it's been going pretty okay, although I haven't been posting on there for the past few weeks. But what I like is just that people love like our games there. So yeah. Where, as in, like, you know, the people who watch Bite Me's games are people who are interested in Bite Me's games. They're not interested in the development stuff. And I think it just makes it so much nicer where, like, if I upload a short about our game on the Bite Me main YouTube channel, I get like things like, you guys are just making slop. And then if I upload that same short on like the Bite Me's games channel, so the one focused on games, it's like, oh, this game looks interesting. I'm gonna wishlist it. And it's just so much more fun and nice to do basically. So it comes down to. Okay, so we added Bitjam, stylized water. So we throw this in the third party. We delete this one. RP materials. Can we just like throw this on here? Yes. Okay, this looks kind of bad. But I assume we can fix it. Scroll speed 0.1. This one, why do I only have like the full preview? Always refresh? Always refresh, problem solved. It's like a deep green and then like it's like a good like yucky color. Maybe take this one more dark as well. Scroll speed, detail scale. This makes it more detailed. Okay. It's way too glossy. Needs to look murky. What are you doing at this construction site to have the toxic ooze? You don't ask. This is a... That's just the way it goes. Oh. Let's give it some more metallic, maybe. I think this may be a bit too much detail scale. Lower this to 0.05. 0.1. 0.5. We have some movement. Action, sure. Do this is weird. I'm gonna leave it. No idea what this does. Do we want foam? No. I think this can go to like a 0.1, 0.05. Like I want it to be subtle. Copper sulfate leak from nearby radioactive, nearby chemical plant. Maybe. Let's put this at 1. Let's put this at 1 as well. Then take player 1, player 0 position. Let's just move him closer. Let's give a look how this looks in game actually. I think I can make it like this. It's gonna be easier for you guys to watch. Construction. This is what we have now. And I think what I can do, I go to, just to try it out, environment, toxic pit, and then let's just kill on touch. And I think it needs a box collider, his trigger. Let's scene view actually. Okay. That's an issue. So I want this to be taller. Make this a bit higher. But you still need to be able, like now it's going to impact me if I just ride a little bit forward. So I would need to take the entire plane and move that one more down. Like this. So then now I should be able to go here. I don't die. Let me change. So this is good. And then we go here. I still have... Oh, I have a mesh collider on as well. That's why. I think it should be fixed. The mesh collider has been disabled. Yeah, and then we fall through. Maybe we want to fill this thing up still. Probably we want to actually just have a second plane underneath just to prevent like the camera from like going like under the water, because this is kind of ugly. But I think that's already some good progress. Here, plane, mesh collider can be gone. We do a box collider, and then we do a kill on touch. This. Do this 0.1. It should still be underneath the ground, right? Yeah. Okay, so we call this one toxic water. And then underneath here, just another plane. And this one has an actual collider, so we shouldn't go through it. UCP is back, you mean UPT? But yeah, UPT is back, let's go. Next up I want to change that main menu isn't that ugly anymore. So now I can drive around it, no problem. And then here, it seems like I need to increase my trigger, my collider. Let's go out first so we don't trigger it accidentally. Environment, toxic pit, toxic water. Maybe 0.2. Can I still go here? Oh, I know why. I didn't check the is trigger. I think I can put it back to 0.1 now. Yes, perfect. And I do not go through, like, camera-wise. Perfect. The overlay crops off the lost message. I don't think so. Not in this view, at least. Maybe we wanted to go a little bit deeper. Take a look. So now it's minus 0.34. Let's do minus 0.5. Yeah. Perfect. Minus 0.5 and then trigger. It just ignored the message where I corrected to UPT. Aha, I see. Put this one on is trigger. Nice. I am... Okay, so we have toxic pit. That's good. What should we do next? The problem is kind of it gets boring now. And I need to like get used to doing boring stuff. Top chat versus live chat. I think this should just do the live chats. I'm not sure. Oh no, I'm doing top chats. Can I change that? I can. Yes, I think now we should be doing... Yeah, from now on it should be doing live chat, I think. I'm not sure. I get so bored building the levels too. Hi, thanks by the way for the follow. Highly neck. Heil Wyneck, I'm not sure. It's not that I get bored. It's just that I'm worried that I'm gonna make you guys bored. Is more kind of what it's like. I don't really mind. I like placing down walls. There's a like meditative state that you get from it. I think I need to fix these roads first as well. Because I think once I've like build a bunch of stuff. Not be an issue. I know these are always kind of miserable to line up. How do we line these up? How do we line these up? Maybe with this one. This one back for a second. These lined up? No. Fuck. Why not? Guys are lined up here. They have the exact same height value. Why? They're not next to each other. Okay, at least these are smooth now. Quicksand is an environmental hazard. Could do that. Could you implement slippery areas? Yeah, we can do slippery areas. That one shouldn't be too hard. Once I create a system, making the content is 100% not the fun part. Need a falling steel bar? Uh-huh. I'm not 100% sure I'm following, but maybe? These align nicely. I just need to make sure all of these align then as well, I guess. This is fitting content. One thing I kind of miss is I think I can do all of these at the same time actually now. Is the fact that I can't play copyrighted music. I think at least definitely not on YouTube. Because I would be jamming out so much more if it was just now me with the actual music that I I don't mind Skyrim, don't get me wrong. Wilhelm Screen is the one you're referring to. But I there's just some songs that would be built different. And I know on Twitch, I think you can do it better. Without them caring as much. But then I haven't figured out how to do the multi-streaming correctly. So I want to have a section that goes through here and that maybe has a staircase that goes up. But I think we need to figure out some construction wall as well. Construction site wall. What do they do? Boarding wall. Something like this. Maybe. Because I kind of don't want it to be see-through. Okay, I think the see-through makes sense here at the start, but not in the full surrounding. Also, I'm gonna get rid of the fog volume. Because I actually don't like it. Yeah, do I like it? Kind of makes the scene a bit brighter. Maybe I'll add it again later, but for now it's kind of just irritating me. Maybe we're gonna clean this up a bit first as well. All of these. This is a lot. But the Liardis asset is just so bad in terms of how they're, well, unoptimized is I guess the best way to describe it. And they have no good naming and anything like that. This is gonna take a while. Is this worth it? It should be done. It needs to be done. It's for future me. We need to clean up this hierarchy. Now what should give an error? Surroundings road. Okay, perfect. So that worked. Do the same thing here. Because it's like, you know, I need to clean this up. I don't want to ship this without having cleaned it up. I think that's one of my biggest regrets with like the main city level of Unicycle Pizza Time. It's all just root assets, which makes it miserable to like actually go in and make changes again. Oh, let's take a quick look. Give me 1 second. So my music stopped, and then let's give a shout out to Jesus Christ, my dude. How do we say? A shout out to this guy. I have no idea how to explain this for the 4,000 Hungarian, I think, Huff. I find your marketing / genre related videos very useful. Do you have any insight regarding the market viability of small scale strategy games? They seem to be high demand. I think they're still in high demand. Jatek Fei. Google Translate. Can I make this work? I think it's Hungarian, right?
Játékfejlesztés magyarul.
Game development in Hungarian is basically what this translates to. Okay, that's not like your real name. It's just the channel you're working on. I think small scale strategy games definitely has a very high demand. Because strategy always has like good demands. I think, yeah. I'm not sure what exactly, like, the problem is what do you call small scale? Because that's the problem. It can very quickly, even though it's like small scale, become big scale. And I think that's the thing you need to explain. I think we talked about it in the tier list yesterday also as well. Of like small scale management games and how there's a pretty big risk then of like people just wanting a bigger scale game. I think what I can do is I can hide these and then I can just see which pieces of the road I still need to add. I don't want to get... Okay, perfect. Put in all the roads. Okay, and then they should all be moved. And that's already some cleanup in terms of the project. It's gonna be a while to clean this up entirely. Shout out old me who did not care about the layout. PSX in D tier hurts my kokoro. Hi Mike, how's it going? You clearly do not agree with my statement. I mean, I get it. It is like PSX in D tier is a loaded one. As in, like, I don't fully think it's wrong. I think PSX can work very well. But I think a lot of PSX small scoped games don't work that well. I think there's a lot of good PSX horror games. But I think it's a lot harder to pull off, like, horror games, PSX-style horror games, that are also still deep enough and that have enough potential, whilst also fitting in that requirement of 1 to 6 months of dev time. And I think that's why we decided on throwing it in that tier. Any other US bros in the chat? I feel like most of us only catch the weekend streams. The weekend streams are just different time zones. Like I said, we have... there's not much, because the problem is my lovely wife, bless her soul, is here. So that's why, like, I stream at 7 p.m. like Japan time most of the time, which is like, yeah, 2 a.m. Pacific Standard, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard. You're fucked. I'm sorry. There's nothing to do about that. I think there's only like 1 stream or 2 streams. Like the Acid Jam is gonna be a stream in the morning for me, which means like 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. PST. And then we're doing a viewer demos, 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. EST, and then the call-ins. The good thing is that the call-ins, they go in for a long time as well. Of like the call-ins, I think I made a mistake somewhere. 5 p.m. JST, 12 a.m. Like this goes for 7 hours. So like East Coast can join usually the viewer call-ins if they join near the end as well. Oh, Bohemian Raptor Z, I guess you're also not sleeping. How's it going? Nice to see you here. Scope creep is danger. How do you deal with the market wants versus what you would like to work on? Just give in and go for the money? I think it's just great validation. Make the small scope thing first, see if people like it. And if the demand is, oh, this was okay, but there's not enough content, or it's just, oh, this is good. If it's good, don't overcomplicate it, basically. No sleep allowed, man. I had to pick my girlfriend up from work from her third shift job. But hey, I guess you still have to sleep then. You just haven't gone to sleep yet. I copy high rise. I did not want to do that. We still have it, okay. My teaching hours are fine. If it's fine for you, then we should be good. Let's just do some... I don't want to keep cleaning this up for now. Why are these named like this? Oh, I know why. These can go away. These are like just random assets. Oh my god, are you serious? These are like all individual like meshes. That's miserable. Yeah. Oh, these are just floating. I can clear these. There's no need for these to be here. Clean. It's like your working environment is a reflection of your work. And I want to work more organized, so we're gonna do that. Create empty buildings. Here as well. Strategy games like Depth and Nice Explosions. Not sure I have seen any small genres that work. I think the problem is like you're making like more cozy games then, almost like wrapped under the strategy blanket. Okay. Why is Thomas sending me Discord messages? He knows I'm live streaming. Okay, it's not important, so it should be good. I'm just gonna put in some walls. Let's start by finishing the intro section. Because this is going to be the lowest effort. And then we're going to leave. We have the plan. We have the plan for the viewers who have joined later. We just need to implement. Also, I feel like this text is like so fucked up. I have no idea. Okay. Perfect. We're gonna do this section probably later. That's what I've decided now. We're going to finish just these houses. So inside of intro, create empty walls, props, robots. Okay. This one, and this one. We go into props. Perfect. Props is still gonna be kind of fucked up, I feel. Oh well. Then... Oh, I did not want to delete those. Thank you. These go to walls. Same with these. Same. This is so much mess here. Okay. Gonna get there. Previous me was an asshole. Should be doable. Yeah. Are there any examples in the genre that you're trying to compete with or emulate? Yeah. Anyway, morning's going to try and get a couple hours sleep before I start work. LOL, saw the stream was up. I wanted to tune in for a couple minutes. Good luck, Raptor Z. I hope your startup thing that you were doing started, I think, a year ago or something. Still, like, going fine as well. I don't really know if there's been any updates on that one. Broad IQ. I used to work on the Worms games. No idea what... Oh, no, I know what Worms games are. Real-time Hearts of... H-O-M-M. What's HOM? Not Hearts of Iron. Heroes of Might and Magic. I feel like this is a game that's older than me. Yeah. Down buildings. We just have to do it. Let's just do it. Third party. This one is called... Is there a pillar? Walls. A corner's pillar. There haven't been. Things are slow on that front. Turns out when you sell cybersecurity, consulting people just want you to lie to them and tell you you can solve every single problem they have for pennies. Oh well. No worries. I was just curious. Oh, what walls these are? Walls A. Okay. This is miserable lighting to work with. This is super cold as well. No, yellowy. Let's increase this a bit. Yeah, I think I can just copy paste this. Hi, Lisa Isco. How's it going? How's the dragon game? Is it dragon along? Shouldn't. It's too late for me. I shouldn't make dragon puns. Sorry. I think what I can do. This is something I didn't know about this asset until like 4 days before the release of Unicycle Pizza Time. Is like I can just put like these blank walls. I'm now working full time on it. Nice, let's go. And then they have like here, like windows. Yeah. I could just like drop windows on like this way. Which is something I didn't realize up until like it was almost release time basically. Which makes my life a lot easier. Here we're using walls B. We still have to use walls A, I think. A game maker for card games. I feel like those already exist. But it's software development. Everything already exists. Someone has made everything. Windows Defender. So should I now like just do like the Northern Lion strat and like talk about life, or how does this work? There's none that tracks the rules for you. Like a deck builder, lol. I assume that's not what he means, but I think it's a funny one to say. Huh. I just want to kind of like fill this shit up a little bit. Because, okay, now I have the starting section. And I don't think... Oh, actually, I don't have any props blocking you from, like, going backwards. Okay, we'll do that later. But, like, the goal is you start here at the pizza store. Walls. Do we have any walls B? But I think there's, like, prefabs for this. Fence. It's a fun mind twister to make any action trigger any effect on anything. That does sound like an experience. Oh, we have a wall fence. Is like using stone walls overkill for a construction site? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I do not care. This one. End pillar. I think like the general architecture is like New York inspo as well. Just want to make sure that there's no escape on the level. All of our colliders should be tight. If you guys have it, wait, let me take a look again. I think I know the answer. I want to place these things first. Have you had to do any major optimizations for your games? They look good, but since you're using assets, do you have to modify them at all? I think the only optimizations that we really have to do is like lighting. For specifically overtime anomaly, the game is done fully with real-time lighting, which ended up giving some struggles in regards to performance. But we really wanted to have the lighting because a lot of the anomalies were like lighting based and you had like the light switches. But that had like some impacts on like how many shadow casters and things like that we could do. So like there was a lot of like custom like culling that we had to write for the lights to kind of make it somewhat performance still. And yeah, I know like construction sites usually use like more like chain link fences. Oh no, these are like the actual walls. I don't think there's like a good wall here that's like tall. This is too tall. The main thing is I don't want to have like see-through stuff. I want to lock it off because it's just gonna make it easier, I think, in terms of like hiding ugly parts. I could have like one of these like chain link things and then like make like a custom banner, but I don't think it's what's gonna happen. Real-time lighting is, I think, why the UI5 games are getting worse. Yeah, I mean, we are using Unity, but I think it's like the Lumen it's like all like real-time lights. There are at the end of the day benefits to real-time lighting in terms of like making like cooler stuff. These honestly a little bit back. I want to make sure also to block off here. I think we're just gonna do this. Preventing you from jumping off this way. Let's do it here as well. Clear position 0. Yeah, like also like especially if you're doing bigger levels, which I think we try to avoid, like the just like baking lights takes like 30-40 minutes often in our cases, and I'm on like an RTX 4070, and it's just like a miserable experience as well. Okay. I have like some depth of field. Why do I have like a bump here? Not sure. Anyways, filling up this street already makes it feel better. So let's make sure we can't cheat. Actually, it's gonna be really hard, I think, to do this. This should be blocked at least, yeah. Okay. And I fell. Whoopsie. Let's move these a little bit back as well. Just so we do that. That way people are gonna be less inclined to actually try and jump on it, I would hope. Okay, so we have like some walls here. One thing also that I'm realizing that may be an issue, or that we need to hide somehow, is like if we get up this high, we need to make it so you cannot look outside of the world, basically. Because right now, like, I would need to have like a lot more of these skyscrapers and have them be a lot closer, I think. Playtesting a rage game is so annoying. I think the bigger problem is like you are better than the average player, and that's the problem we had in the previous level of like a section that I find like pretty easy that I can do like 1 or 2 tries is something that makes like a lot of people get stuck there for 30, 40, 50 minutes sometimes, and that's the point where they like drop off because they don't see enough visible progress fast enough, and they're kind of like, okay, yeah, no, actually this is not worth it. I'm gonna play something else and do something else with my time. So I think that's the bigger issue, and because you're automatically going to be good enough for a rage game most of the time because you're the one who's making the game. Of these. 8. What's up, big dogs? Hey, Sockhouse, how's it going? How's the taxes going? Did you figure out how to spend your company money without having to pay everything to the Canadian government? Because I know that was something you were struggling with a few months back. Or not really. It's not really struggling. It's a luxury problem to have, but I know it's something that was on your mind a while back. Also, isn't it like fucked up late? You're not working a job still, are you? I thought you stopped the graveyard shift. Oh, you escaped the Philippines recently. Okay. Easy W. W's for Sockhouse. Then the time zone does make more sense. You had me worried there for a second. Because I know you were doing graveyard shift before. $6:30. Oh, it's just 1 hour difference. Okay, this looks kind of ass, but I think nobody will notice. Just kind of want to like board this off. I don't know if it's honestly what I should be doing right now. How's things in Japan? It's pretty good. The thing is, it's just cold now, so there's not much to do except make game. And, that's it basically. I bought a car. That's maybe a life update. I bought a car a few days ago. Because the Japanese yen is just so good right now. Oh, euro to JPY. What's it like right now? Oh, it's actually... I bought my car at the perfect time. Okay, we're getting sidetracked. So I moved like permanently to Japan now. So I sold my Belgian car. And I sold it for like 15,000 euro. And I still had the euro money basically. And the Japanese yen has been doing like crazy stuff the past year. And I was like, okay, I was like with my wife, like, let's buy the car. Because the yen was like 186. It's like crazy. Japan is very much not expensive to live right now if you don't get paid in Japanese yen. If you get paid in Japanese yen, you're fucked. If you don't get paid in Japanese yen, but you get paid in like USD or euro or something like that, you live like a king. Because like you can see here, in 1 year, like the currency has lost its value for like 20% or something, and there's no inflation here for the most part. So yeah, it was like 186, and I'm like, okay, let's buy a car because the impact is pretty big. Now there's a lot of paperwork, and then I think in like a week or two, we can pick up the car, and then I can, I don't know, go on road trips to temples. I bought a used Mazda CX-5 because it was just such a good value. I really like the car. So it's a 2018 model, I think. I like it, at least. So yeah, I picked this one up because there's like the heads-up display. So yeah. Can you get loans there as a foreigner? I'm very anti-loan. So I wanted to like pay like cash up front everything anyways. So I was looking for a car in like this price budget basically. And I just paid it all in one go. Yeah. I think also it has like it is 27,000 kilometers, which is like, it's very low mileage, which also made it pretty worth it. Yeah, 16,000 miles, 17,000 miles. So yeah. I think getting loans as a foreigner, unless you have like, do you have like residence? Like if you have a residence permit and you're not just tourist, and you can like show income, yeah. Your cars have heads-up displays. I must be too poor to have even heard of that tech. I would say it's like brand new. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt like as well. I can't even get loans in my own country. Yeah, so I was just like, let's just buy this thing up front, because I had the money from like selling my previous car, which I miss dearly, but it's like, oh well. You can't have everything. That's what it's like. I need some walls. Might be able to get a loan. So why and how did you move to Japan? Like Sockhouse? I'm married. Like, I mean, Sockhouse isn't married, but like he says of like, maybe if I was married. I got married. I'm not saying fuck you. 4 months ago? Yeah, 4 months ago, basically. I get paid in yen and it's bad. Inflation is crazy. Andre, I feel so bad for you right now. You have no idea. I understand the pain you're going through. I think this one has more options. No, it doesn't. Large doors. Yeah. So I have honestly no idea what the rates are, but yeah, I found my wife here 2 years ago. And we got married a few months ago. I've been like living with her since May, but I was always on a tourist visa as well. So I would go back and forward. And then now I applied for a marriage, like spouse visa, not marriage visa. And then now I can be here. And that's why I was also like, okay, it's kind of like, I'm real. Like, I'm staying here for real, which is why I wanted to buy the car. Without a loan, I wouldn't get my house. Yeah, that's like the one thing that we do need to loan for at some point. Don't you like that assets that put colors on Solution Explorer? I honestly don't. I tried them out, like the assets that like help you with like your hierarchy and your inspector and whatever, but I find them just to end up being more bloat than actually be worth it. There's some crazy cheap houses in Japan. Yeah, I mean, our apartment rent is also, like, in my opinion, crazy cheap. But I mean, once again, I get paid in euro, which makes everything seem crazy cheap. And I live in a good, like, area as well. Yeah, loan makes sense if you buy an apartment or a house. And I think that's the main one. But like for cars and things like that, I'm very much like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's get some doors. Apartments and homes are in the city. Yeah. But yeah, Paulo Souza, right now I do live in Japan. I live near Osaka. I live between Osaka and Nara, basically. Like on the train line between those two. Yeah, I think Philippines, indeed, you can never own land as a foreigner, which is kind of different. Brick walls. I'm all bricked up. Let's go. Put this one here. This is not aligned. Move this one further. Let's have some pillars in between. What's the corner pillars? This one. Why are we so high? When did this become a housing GTA vlog stream? Look, I am just placing down wall prefabs. We need to have something to talk about, okay? Tell me, chat, how many of you guys are married? I feel like statistically quite a bunch, because the average buyer is pretty old. But on the other hand, you guys are game developers. I mean, me included, but it doesn't give me that much assumptions. We have 4 kids. This guy fucks. But yeah, I feel like it's like playing like life on hard mode to a certain degree, like doing game dev and being married. But yeah. I feel like Magical Girl Guardians would not be the one game to look at. I'm married and it was easy to create games before being a father. Now it's really hard. Now you just have to watch the vlogs of like the streams of me doing it. And I mean, I get it as well, because like the wife has left me now for tonight, which is why I'm like also like, okay, it's live stream time, guys. But yeah, planning like living with other people, if you can't go like full on gremlin mode, does complicate things sometimes. Hello, why can I not? Oh fuck, I didn't want to duplicate my terrain. This? Are we attaching? We are not attaching well. Now we are, I think. I've seen with the boys and girls. Statistically, there's like 2 girls. In terms of your prototypes, Magical Girl Gone seems to be the first long, probably easiest to finish, besides more rage bait games. Sockhouse, I have something that you may like even more. Press V to snap. It's an answer to the dude from YouTube. Oh, like how I do it? Yeah, like if you press V, it like snaps to the vertices thing. It's very easy. You're married to get kids and start a family, not to make your life easier. Hey, maybe you get married to pay less taxes. Who knows? I don't judge. Maybe Sockhouse is on his Passport Bro arc now. He's got the money now. He just needs someone to share it with. Does your wife work? My wife currently is not working because she has a job. I think I mentioned this in an upcoming video. So she worked at the World Expo a few months ago at this point because she speaks English, which is kind of like a semi-temporary job, but it's long enough that after World Expo ended, she gets unemployment pay. And because the World Expo paid so well, she would earn less if she went to work than if she just stayed at home for a few months. And then in April is like the start of the like fiscal year or whatever. April 1st, she has like her big girl job where she's gonna work at a bank. So now she's kind of just enjoying like a few months of like the last time a Japanese person will ever have freedom, basically. Because it's miserable. Like once you get a job here, I feel like you just don't take vacation for like more than 2 days in a row. Once you have enough money, it never feels like enough to full send and start a family. Yeah, because you need to keep having it, I guess. You need to like guarantee. And like, it's not like investment. I'm not like crypto bro, but like, yeah. It's always gonna be tough. Wait, is she Japanese? What about their parents? Yeah, they're fine with me. She's Japanese, of course. They're fine with me. They really don't mind. They really like me. Also, she has one brother. He also really loves me. So yeah. I work at a bank and they pay well. I asked her like, so why you studied economics? Because that's what she says. Like, I think that's what makes me the most money. She studied economics and then yeah. Will it be paid TLC or free update? It will be a free update. Because I don't think paid TLC makes sense for the scale that we are currently at. I'm actually thinking to just duplicate these as well. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Oopsie, I'll do it again. Another day, another pizza. Over. You're already planning for the speedrun of this map, I feel. Walls A. Bricks. I enjoy this. This is very chill. Because I just get to play some stuff and I get to hang out with the boys. It's all I want in life. Hang out with the boys and talk about making games. If only there were more of you guys in Japan. I mean, there's a decent bunch here of game developers, honestly. How will you market the free update? Do you think influencers still want to play the game? I think so, because of the genre that this is. That's my bet of like, this is a genre that is very streamer friendly. And we are trying to plan some, maybe to do some paid outreach as well, just to like guarantee a certain level. But I'm not 100% sure on it. Oh, are you serious? Oh, that's why. The D has like a higher height, which kind of fucks everything up in terms of like the building stuff. Okay, now we can fix this. We're just gonna take these. We're gonna squish them. Nobody will notice that we squished them anyway. Then go that way. And then we'll go from there. Does free DLC help with the game sales? I think it's going to. I actually sent an email to Steam support. We do not get a daily deal, unfortunately. We just are not rich enough.
New 5 donation from Roof. Crashing out almost 3 a.m. good times.
Hey, Mr. Wolf, thank you very much for the €5 dono. Best, I hope you dream well. That's what it comes down to. First started game when a VTuber was playing and then found here by chance. Yeah, so I think like I went to Osaka Indie Game Summit a few months ago and people still really love this game. Yeah. Is there any plans for a publisher in 2026? No. I don't think we're planning publishers for any of our games. Because it's also like we're not making the styles of games that publishers would be looking for as well. And I don't think it would be a more conventional... I think publishers are kind of not that standard anymore now. I think less and less always. Okay. We're starting to get some more of the closed up feeling, which I like. It's taking a lot longer than I expected though to just place down some walls. This music will haunt me in my sleep again. And then like from here we would go and do some obstacles. Yeah, I think we can make this a good level. I think I kind of want to get the outside to be filled up because it just visually helps a lot. On the other hand, what if I need to expand? But I don't think I need to expand. The yellow... Yeah, but they are meant to not be crossed. Like, the colliders will not allow you to do it. I don't think I also can't go backwards, yeah. Let's just... Let's just vibe a bit. Honestly, we will never get a game as good as the publisher for Paddle 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 doesn't give him money though. That's like the Paddle 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 publisher was purely marketing. It was not like financial. Matteo funded the game himself. Which is like, you know, the different approach to publishing. It is getting more like popular, but I just don't think we... do we need like a marketing only publisher? I think it's not something that I would look for immediately. Voice lines need to be in the DLC. I'm gonna have to hit up Atlas probably. One thing also that I'm like considering is getting Japanese voice lines this time, because right now the voice lines are not localized. That cannot be worth it. I think for Matteo in his case it did. He's very happy with his publisher. But it's... I think for a lot of them it maybe is also not worth it. So yeah. I'm actually going to create empty. No, I'm not gonna do blockers. I'm just gonna do it from the beginning the right way. What do we have in order to obstruct construction here? T-wall 01A. T-wall 01A or T-wall. What's the difference? This one is a bit... Oh, I see. This one has like the warning stripes on it. If you want to start over game dev and want to learn a game engine, probably still be Unity. The question everyone asks me and nobody likes the answer to. But yeah, probably still Unity. So we have this here. Like probably some spline system would make more sense here instead of manually placing them. The question is, do I want to bother with learning how splines work right now? Can I like... Is this like an easy thing? Unity spline place objects. Maybe I should learn something new instead of always just copying. I think the answer is no. I think I need like the river auto material. This is for moving. I don't want moving. I will not convert to Jai ever. Yeah, Unity, though you don't have to worry about licensing. I don't think it's gonna... Here we see EA, Unity, John Riccitello. Going to the next one. Why is this like the Unity 3D Wars thing? Is this animate? Why is it all animate? Can I just look up like Unity spline wall? Object spline. Should we try this out? Let's try this out. Let's see if we can learn something new. The registry. Splines. Unity has this clause if your studio makes 200k. Do you need are we currently affected by it? No, we're not. We're not rich enough. Why not use Bezzy to help you with this? I could use Bezzy. I just kind of don't want to throw it in this project as well. I think maybe later on I might still add it. The problem is this is just such a fucked up code base as well. And I do not have the... If something breaks, I can't let Thomas fix it. And this is like a production thing. Like Thomas knows how the code works. And I don't want to go hacking in it. Because there are like problems with the like... Cool. There's so many warnings and errors and things that are being thrown when you play the game. It's kind of miserable. So I'm kind of more scared now. Whereas with like our more recent games, they have like good code bases that are easier to like keep going on. Okay, so we have splines. How do we do this? Game object spline, spline tool. Walls, and then spline, draw splines tool. And then I can just do like this, let's say. Why end it? Okay, like, no, not like this. Okay. And then add component. Instantiate, spline instantiate. Items to instantiate. T-wall O1A. Okay. And then we change this. Okay. Splicing distance 2. Huh. That went smoother than I expected. The more you know. So how does this now look? Do I just have like a spline? Oh, where's my spline? Yeah, so I have a spline and that contains all of the children. Wow. This is very nice to know. This one can go away. There's a free fence thing? Yeah, but turns out I didn't even really... the final one is a bit fucked up. Seems. Maybe I can still like fix it. Because I know the River Auto Material one has like the fence asset as well. Maybe there's different ones as well, honestly. I know this one now, I guess. I know River Auto Material. Do we want to go this way? Maybe. Yeah, and then let's do a second spline actually. Let's do that for the dune section. Create empty walls and then create spline. Draw splines tool. Or gonna go... this. Instantiate. And then let me just look up like fence. This one. And then I think we need this of like 4, 5. This looks a little bit more rough. Let's do 4.9. Just so they're a bit closer. 4.8. 4.8 works. Move the spline, add more nodes. I can live with this. You order a pizza IRL from inside the game? No, you can't, by the way. I really need to update the main menu. I'm so annoyed by this, how dark it is. Okay, maybe I want to use something else as the border, actually. This might feel a bit too big. Okay. And I can still like collide with them, right? Yeah, I can't go through them. Probably at some point I want to make the terrain a little bit less flat as well. So then I would go like through here. However, we're gonna manage that. Ta-da. Okay, camera seems to be doing okay. Do I have collisions? Oh, I don't have collisions. That's why the camera is doing okay. Then we come through. We'd go like here. Then we would reach the toxic pit. And we die if we hit it.
Another day, another pizza.
Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, we've been going at it for 2 hours. I want to take a mini break. Just to drink and refresh. Yeah. Like also like every time I close the game, I don't think I can show it. There's like a bunch of errors that occur as well. For like Steamworks and like not being cleaned up as well. So yeah, it's like Thomas stuff. I don't like fiddling with the Thomas stuff. Remember to stay hydrated, boys. Okay. Do we just keep going? No, I need like a bit. Give me something to talk about so I don't need to keep placing walls. Was the original UPT flat? So the original UPT didn't have terrain. It was kind of flat, but it used verticality as well. So let me pull up the city scene. And I'll show you. So here we go. So this was the like terrain. This was mainly flat, but we used like this is just like prefab based like roads to add some like height to it. And then like here we had like some staircases. So there were elevation differences in the game, like here as well, because you have to go over the top here. In terms of like the roads, because I do agree right now the level is very flat in terms of the construction. Yes, we're going back to work. This toxic water can go away. Why does this take so slow? Another thing is like I kind of want to upgrade to like a Unity 6 because I think it has some good benefits, like especially coming from 2022.3. But it's once again, it's like I think there's a lot of stuff going to break going from 2022 to like 6.3, and it's like it's really worth it. Not right now. Main menu. On a completely unrelated note, what's the reason for delaying Pripyat 9? Pripyat 0, I think you mean. I was looking forward to it coming out this month. It's just that like we're making a game that nobody was asking for right now, And we were rushing it out as well so that the people who were asking for it and who were interested in it wouldn't even know that the game really existed. It's kind of what it came down to. So we're like, hey, actually crunching for like a few months just to make like $1,000 is actually not maybe the smartest idea. The secondary light should not have shadows. Only the primary light should have shadows. Maybe we can just reduce the shadow bias a little bit. Hey man, I have a very specific question about Next Fest. I know Krzyzewski said you want a good amount of wishlists before you enter the fest. But Steam said it doesn't matter. I think you still want to get as many as possible before you enter the fest. It's not like don't enter the fest if you have less than 10,000 wish lists. It's just a case of more is simply better. Steam says it doesn't matter because it used to matter. It used to matter in the case of like the games that had the most wish lists, the like 2 or 3 days before the Steam Next Fest, would get more featuring the first days of Next Fest already, and would then kind of like blast off for the rest of the Next Fest. Whereas now, Steam will give every game equal amounts of visibility the first 2 days of Steam Next Fest. Even if it's like horror slop or any other kind of slop, you will get the same amount of visibility to a certain degree as a Ball Like Spit or another like big popular game, no matter what your wishlists are. The reason you want to get as many wishlists as possible, though, is because that also indicates that you're making a game that Steam wants. If you have enough wishlists for your game, that means people probably want to play your game, which means that you'll probably have a better game already, which means that you're going to get like better magic number statistics of like daily active users, average playtime, all of those things that Steam looks at after those 2 days of like black box period, where it's the free for all for everyone to just have their game basically be played. And then from there on, basically, the ranking starts going into effect. So it's like, yes, pure wishlist number doesn't matter, but the more wishlists you have, the better of a game you probably have, or better of a demo you already have, which is going to help with marketing in that regard. If that makes sense. You left the logo text. That's a mistake. But hey, it happens. I think this is better. Is this too bright? Shadow 1.2. Kind of looks like sloppy still. Oh, the game does not use anti-aliasing. That's why maybe it looks sloppy. This does a lot already. Okay. This should be fine. I think the main menu should look better. What would you say the dream team size and composition would be? Probably 3 people. An artist, a programmer, and then a Marnix. Which maybe sounds very weird, but I'm like the guy who does like the accounting and who does like all of the random stuff like the level design that the others don't want to do. And then ideally your friends from before game development as well. But that's like, you know, there's like 2 studios in the world probably who can do that. But I think that is the best approach. Having one dedicated artist, one dedicated programmer, and then one guy who does everything else. Is I think the ideal way. Just play the OG one. OG level. For shits and giggles. I want my break time. We're gonna just play some relaxing... Oh, this is the wrong... Okay, now we're there. Let's play some relaxing Unicycle Pizza Time. Do I still have it in me? I don't think I have checkpoints enabled.
Every fresh start is like a blank pizza, ready for the toppings you choose.
Yeah, the colors... Is it just me, guys, or do the colors just look like bad in this game as well? I think it's definitely something that I want to give like another go. Fuck. Before we like update, to like push like the big update, which is less of like level design, but more just of like, hey, let's like the camera clipping is like another thing that kind of we should like at least look at. Like I think we should do a bunch of quality of life things as well when we push the update. I have like a list of like things that we kind of want to do or should do. They're just like haven't been like priority enough. Oh, I'm actually going pretty well. I don't think we're gonna finish this. Like, I'm not that good. Yeah, the colors are like very saturated. I think part of the issue is actually also, I don't know if this actually impacts the stream. Is this like a stream thing, the nightlight, or is it just a my display thing? Like this is without nightlight on. Fuck! Oh well.
Another day, another pizza.
Like now they're less yellowy, at least for me, but I don't know if it's gets picked up by the recording.
Ready for the toppings you choose.
Leave lobby. Okay, host game. Construction. Okay, you didn't notice the change. Okay, so it's just like a local thing then. How long is it gonna take? I think it's not. I think we do actually have like saturation turned up in the global volume. Oh, we have a... Oh, why? We have an actual error. That's why it doesn't load. Why does it say that it's not in the build settings? Okay. I have no idea. I didn't touch this, I feel. Oh well. Global volume. What are we doing here in terms of saturation? Saturation is pretty high. Let's put this to 0. Let's put it to 3. Contrast is higher. It's okay. Let's put it maybe a little bit lower. Let's put it at like 15 instead of 35 as well. Is that what the fog helped with? I don't think so. The fog is something I actually added only like yesterday. It makes it a little bit brighter, but I feel like I don't know if it has an actual overall good improvement. We should add some chromatic aberration. Let's go. That we're not doing this. Let's just clean this up a little bit as well while we're here. All the stuff that we do not need. We are not using lift gamma gain. So we can remove it. I always like my tone mapping at the top. I also don't think I like the depth of field actually. So what do we have? Do we want to do like a light vignette? I don't think it makes sense for a third-person game though. Maybe. Sure, let's keep it. We don't want to do film grain, that's just miserable. Motion blur, I know looks bad. I think this is just fine. Is the seat clipping true? Yeah. It's the seat clipping true. I was gonna ask how you feel about vignettes. I think they add. I think they're an easy way to like kind of make it more interesting. Are you updating core features / fixing issues from the original release? I think we're just gonna be doing like some quality of life things. I want to maybe like update the physics or like movement a little bit, but I don't think we would change that much. I think maybe like just make it generally a better game, but not really make a lot of... This is such a Thomas thing. Sword Order 69. Anyways, like I think there's things we can do better, that we know better what to do with, or like how they work. But I don't think like in terms of like general like game design, we're not going to be making any big changes. The goal is really just content update, new level, generally better game improvement with like some of the feedback that it's actually actionable, and then go from there. Well, that's me. I need to sleep. Have a good rest of the stream. Enjoy your nappy time, Tim. And catch you in the next stream, hopefully. Like, here we have the fog. But I just don't like how it looks. It's too white. I'm gonna just get rid of it again. So in the package manager, let's add the terrain tools. Don't think we have it. It's one of those things that I didn't know existed when we first started a year ago, and now it's just like so much nicer to have them. Are your players speedrunners or casuals? I think we have a lot of speedrunners, especially Japan is a pretty big speedrunner community. Like, people can finish the game like 2 minutes and 20 seconds or something, the like main level. But I think people generally do enjoy it. We have a wide variety, I would say. Riveting. I feel like making a game like this, when to decide that it's time to make a Unicycle Pizza Time 2 instead of an update, because I don't have a good game idea for Unicycle Pizza Time 2. Also, I don't think we want to keep the Unicycle team, honestly. Like, Hard Carry was supposed to be our Unicycle Pizza Time 2. Either Hard Carry or Journey to the Peak. But both of them, we just kept running into walls in regards to the physics system that made us realize, yeah, no, actually, we can't do this. Fog. It is a volumetric fog that we're using. We're not using the environment. This is like the environment fog. Actually, maybe we should just use this one. Whereas this one is volumetric fog. And it also does impact the sky. But it's just too bright. Actually, I think I'm just gonna try out some of the regular fog in the distance. There is. I have I don't know, like full atmosphere, but these guys also have like volumetric clouds. Alto? Oh, assets. Volumetric. I think I can just find all the things I have now. Altos, yeah. I have better fog as well, height fog. And then this is volumetric clouds. Dynamic skybox. Should we try this one out? Let's add some more assets. Instead of working on making a better game, let's just make the game look visually different. Let's import this. Import. That's the benefit of, like, at some point you have so many assets that you're always like, oh, I have something for this. And you can just try it out. Had a random ass dinosaur. I don't think we're adding that one here. Game used to work. Now the performance. Is better fog good? I think having some fog would be nice. Especially because it is more open. You didn't really notice it much in the city level. Because it's more like close quarters. I think an open level like this, it helps in like not making everything feel flat. But first we wait for Unity. For 1 minute. Oh, there is an I don't know if better fog is a... I don't think I've actually used that. I think it just picked it up in a bundle. I do like the bit of volumetric fog, because we use it in some of our other games. This is like actually unrelated, but like a stream idea I had, I don't know if I mentioned this before, is like going through Kyoto Anomaly and Overtime Anomaly, and actually like pushing an update of that, of like going through like the Steam reviews, maybe using Bezzy, maybe not using Bezzy, but doing just some other stuff, and making like the game like a little bit better, and just do like small tweaks and like small pieces of feedback. That's not like big game things, but kind of just to be like, hey, I've gotten better as a game developer. Let's use the knowledge I have now as a game developer to go and give like a little bit more love to the games we made before. it's not something that like from a pure like return on investment perspective probably is worth it to like do in the silence, but it's like once again, if I can live stream it, it's like it's free content. The like bar of what I want to like get on like documentation. Altos. Like I'm way less likely to be like, I don't know if it's worth it if I'm just doing it on a live stream. So yeah. Sky Director, Sky Objects. Okay, get started. Download, import to Unity. Okay, and it's in my packages. Okay, that's fine. So I don't need to clean this up. I need to go to my renderer, I think. Why do I have renderer? This is such a dumb thing. Altos render feature. Don't think I need to configure anything. Yes. I need to create a Sky Director. Oh, also, I need to clean this up. I'm gonna clean this up first. These should not be here. Have you ever thought about making an 18+ game? Yeah, the problem is just art. We don't have the budget to outsource the art. And that's kind of the problem. I'm not against making them. It's just not in the books for us right now. It's just all walls, right? Yeah, so this can just go into walls. Actually, no. I think it can just go into walls. Oh, it should be an intro, not in surroundings. And then this spline goes into pipes, let's say. Create empty walls. Do you think it's possible to get away with no environment or sound effects, just music in parkour games? Just pure gameplay and level design is possible? No, not at all. I think you need to have sound effects because it's a big part of your game feel. Having a first person or third person like parkour game and not having like footsteps or like grunts and things like that, I think is a big mistake. I think it's also not even that hard to add to your game. Hey man, just want to say I follow your channel from the very beginning. I respect the grind. Keep going. Thanks, small indie dev. I hope one day you're gonna be a big indie dev. You grow up. Create 3D object. No. Volume. Altos. Sky Director. Okay, so this has changed a lot. Let's start. Okay, let's start by turning off our volumetric, our regular fog. This is a lot of data suddenly. Okay, we have an empty sky. Weather managers. What did we get ourselves into? Sun and moon. So we have more lighting now, so I can turn off my primaries. I'm gonna disable the moon. Can I... This is just a light, right? I'm gonna give the sky object instead. Make this one the sun. Move it here. Why is this much darker? I think because it's... No, it's noon. Oh. Okay, I do like it. Maybe. I'm not sure actually. Please repeat the amount for research purposes. There's a VOD. Okay. Let's see. We can emulate the sun. I don't like the automatic color. Please stay. Do I wanna? Because now it feels very cold. Let's add the secondary light again. And maybe let's make this warmer. Now. And now we can offset kind of the... Let's enable the moon just again. So now... Cool. Do we need this? Anyways, I wanted clouds and fog. We're gonna get there. Create empty. Weather map. Transparent layer mask, transparent effects needs to be off. Render object feature. Objects. Transparent effects. What do you mean we have an aurora? Where did the aurora come from? Okay. Is there like a... No? Wait, empty... Do I do like Aurora? Can I look it up? I feel like... No. I feel like you just made this shit up. I want clouds. Atmosphere definition. This is massive scope creep. We're like, oh, we're gonna make just some different fog. And then it suddenly is like, what the fuck are we doing here? Okay, we have a weather map. Okay. Cloud definition. Where do we configure this? Oh, open. It's active, but there's nothing in there. Oh, we have scriptable objects where we configure these things. Okay, I see. This is a lot of stuff. How do I just add more clouds? This is too much, honestly. I shouldn't have done this. What am I doing here? I think I'm gonna reset and delete this. I think this is not worth it. Is this worth it? How do I just add more clouds? Why can't I configure my cloud layer? Why can't I render it 40 kilometers? Just, oh, here, density? No, that's different. Sorry for throwing you into that rabbit hole. Cloudiness. Oh, it's dynamic cloudiness. Why is it dynamic? I just want to like manually configure. Oh, it is a very cool overcast. It's way too fast though. Maybe because I'm too high. If I'm at like 6, no. So should I instead do like dynamic? What can I say in the atmosphere? That's just that. Precipitation, sky. Temperature. Why can I change the temperature? This is too much. Can I add a altos? No. Create empty. Weather manager. I think it's a weather map. It's a weather manager. So now it's supposedly rainy. Yeah, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Oh, I shouldn't have deleted my sun. Okay, let's bring my sun back here. No, not re-downloads. Fuck. How do I delete it? Right. Oh, this one. Remove component. Oh, I don't have a skybox anymore. That's why. Just let it go. We're doing that. Let's just look up sky. I'm not 100% happy with the skybox. I had a better skybox. Oh well. This is a very unique skybox. I think it's this one that I use. Yeah. It's good enough for now. Let's just add the simple fog again. Let's go to our renderer. I think it's called a renderer. Let's get rid of remove. Or remove. Let's remove this one as well. And move this to everything. We're back to normal. It's gonna be a free update for the Unicycle Pizza Time. Okay, so now we have to undo the damage that we did, because I think I messed up like the colors a lot. Why? The orientation changed? Something changed. Yeah, the orientation changed. Let's make this local. It feels more like lunchtime. Secondary light should like play in nicely and then have no shadows. Okay. Were you saying something about multiplayer? I don't think I was. This game has multiplayer. I just don't want to touch it. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. I'm starting to get hungry. So maybe I'm gonna wrap this stream up soon-ish. Because it's 8:30. I haven't eaten yet. I just wanted to like kind of get a good flow. I want to get like one more quick win. I think I have an idea for the quick win. Create empty checkpoints. And then I think we actually have a prefab for it. Prefabs checkpoint. Yes, we do. So right now, checkpoint is just simply a wall that you go through. I'm not sure if we want to keep it like this. This is one of those things that maybe I would get Bezzy to write like a nicer shader for. But there would be a checkpoint. Probably here. Let's say here. What I like is that like, if you put like stuff like checkpoints, it kind of becomes like those fill in the blanks of like, the more like of the high level stuff you place down, the more you kind of just have to think about like, okay, now I just need to fill up this one thing. And not like, oh, I need to go and do like everything again. Like I need to make the entire game now. But it's like, no, I just have to do this smaller piece of the game. And it's like, this is very manageable. So let's put 0. And then we'll make a checkpoint here, and then we'll figure out exactly what we do from there. So for reference, I have my list here of everything that says C is where we're going to put a checkpoint, and then we can still move them later on if needed. Another checkpoint right here. Ta-da. We have a checkpoint here. Now we have a checkpoint here. I think, like, for example, something that we need to program is that you can only see the next checkpoint and not like all the checkpoints. Because I think right now you would be able to see all checkpoints, not just the next checkpoint that you need to hit. If that makes sense. Which is like one of those things like, it shouldn't be too hard to fix. Checkpoint here. And probably we're going to add like a checkpoint up here on the skyscrapers. I think I may end up swapping the entire skyscraper asset thing, because I think this is just a very simple like mega scan or something I got for free from the Fab asset store, but it has like horrible colliders and all of that. But those are issues for another time. We have our checkpoints. Let me check. We have 7 checkpoints. Okay, it should be fine. So now once again, the question is just like, how do we fill up the gaps? For example, we can get like some of these giant pipes and we can do something with that, or we can get these sheds or these generators. But these are actually a lot nicer. What are these called? Painted wall barrier. I'm gonna update the spline for this one. How can I update this easily? Workside walls spline. We call this one painted wall barrier. It's this style. Object C. Yeah, much nicer. And then distance can be like 0.8. Yep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at there. Did we make a lot of progress? Do you pre-plan level design or just start putting together something in Unity? So you weren't here at the start, I guess. We actually did pre-plan. So what we did is I first took another screenshot, this one. But I noticed there were some flow issues in like dividing this. So I moved some points. And then I kind of just like draw and fill in the gaps of like, okay, what would be the main sections? Where am I going to put like dividers? What's the flow I want the player to have? Oh, I want to have a toxic pit here, for example. Like I didn't notice at the start, but then like, okay, these are the big things that I'm going to have in my level. So I'm just going to add the big toxic pit. This actually can be a bit smaller. Doesn't need to be so big. And I go from there, basically. This is the level of pre-planning I do. And from then on, it's kind of just fuck around and find out of what we want to do. No worries about having missed the start. But yeah, we went through this at the start. And it's kind of like, so here we decided what is the theme for every section. So like section 1 is just intro, like getting the basics. Do you only play Steam or itch games, or can it be any link? I very strongly prefer Steam or itch. Like I think also like don't go to our Discord and drop Google Drive links, because I think this is just like the risk is too high in general, and it's not something that I wanna suggest people to do. But yeah, so we plan like, oh, section 5 is gonna be like some fun stuff with pipes or whatever. So section 7, we're gonna climb the high rise. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. But yeah, thanks everyone for having tuned in. And is this meant to work as somebody's first stage if they just got the game? Yes, that's kind of the goal as well. I think the idea is that you can play this just as well as you can play with the city. Maybe even this is going to be better, because this is a more thought out and like late stage map. That's kind of going to be the goal. So we still want to have like gradual progression in terms of like adding new mechanics. And maybe there's a less of a focus on, for example, the bed mechanic here, which allows you to jump. But we're going to do more with like the blower fans or something like that. So yeah. Well, Gilmahar, I don't think you need to stay awake every single time. But thank you very much for having tuned in to the stream. Also, my lovely people on Twitch. It's like 18 people, which is a pretty high number for us. Thank you very much for having tuned in as well. So yeah, once again, I'm just gonna remind you guys that we do have a streaming schedule to make your life easier to know like when is the next stream going to be. Because if you're asking me when is the next stream gonna be, the next stream is gonna be on Saturday. And I think you may not want to miss this one. If you're interested in what our next game is going to be. I think we, not 100% guaranteed, 90% sure, we're going to be doing a playtest for our next game. Kind of just talking about our next game. And like actually having like an itch.io build. You guys can try it as well. Live give me feedback. We can do some development and all of that. So here's the time zones. Same time as this live stream. This was started at 6 p.m. Next one's going to start at 7 p.m. So yeah, I'll see you then, hopefully. And stay happy. I don't know. Stay developing. How do you end the live stream? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.